Welcome back to the 5.0 project. Last episode I got the 5.0 running and I took it out of the Mustang. So this episode I'm going to be focusing on tearing it apart and kind of seeing what all needs to be fixed. I know there's a lot of bolts that are missing already. I'm going to go ahead and throw it up on the stand and we can take a look at it after that. I did want to give a little shout out to the person that fixed up this ECU. I found him on eBay. It's ECU Exchange. I thought this ECU wasn't repairable. The circuit board was all types of like burnt up and messed up, and somehow he sent it back, working condition, so shout out to that dude. All right, I got the engine on the stand. My stupid phone decided not to record it. Let's take a look at this. We've got a bunch of missing random manifold bolts broken off. It's nice that it has the shorty headers on it. I know the main seal's leaking, but you can't really see it right now. It's behind this flywheel. A bunch more bolts missing here. That's not going to be too bad as long as they're not broken too far in there. But, so my general plan of action here, I'm thinking I'm going to eliminate the power steering. Might be a bad idea, but we'll see once we get there. Definitely going to be eliminating a C. Then the alternator, of course, I'm keeping. I do know a lot of people upgrade these because this one's pretty whack. It's like 80 amp or something, maybe even less, 70. A lot of people upgrade them to like 130, so you can actually, you know, have a sound system or anything other than just an engine. Actually helps out a lot with the ignition system. I'm going to be looking for a new coil, maybe MSD setup for the distributor. I'm debating if I can find it cheap enough doing full electronic timing. I almost bought a set of the Cobra heads and manifold for this. That gives, like people say, 30, 40 horsepower gains. I paid for them. The dude couldn't figure out how to ship them, so now I don't have them, and I got my money back. So I might end up finding some aftermarket third-party better ones. We'll see. So this is going to be a little bit of a, maybe I'm just going to make sure it runs right, put it in, then upgrade it. Besides that, I'll probably be selling that ECU that I have and buying a Mega Squirt for it pretty soon. So, I mean, first comes first, you know, take off the intake manifold, get down here, take off the valve covers, see what's going on in there. Maybe take the heads off. Probably will, so I can investigate the cylinder heads, or the cylinder walls. Drain the oil, take off the accessories, take off the manifolds, clean everything up. I'm probably going to paint the black, so, you know, the whole shebang. It'll be fun. So let's just do a little time lapse of me removing stuff. It's just, you know, all these bolts right here taking off this upper manifold, and there's lower down here, so we'll get there. Let's see how it goes. All right, I'm about halfway, getting close to halfway, but we can take a quick look, see. It's, you know, normal carbon, just a little bit, nothing crazy. I hate the upper intake manifold on this thing. I think there's a company that makes a, like, cathedral style for this, which I'm trying to get because that looks way better. Those shorty headers are really stupid, whoever designed them. Throwing smack at you. The bolts, like, you know, you can't use a ratchet on them. You got to do like a crescent wrench, just like quarter turn constantly. Super stupid. But, I mean, it all came out really easy. They're all super loose. There's one stud in here. Wait, other side. There's one stud that's broken off, so I got to drill that out and extract it. Clean off these heads if I really want to keep them. We'll see. That's my next step, is accessories, remove those, and take the heads off. But first thing first is valve covers. All right, I got the intake manifold off, valve covers off. Everything's looking pretty good. I'm really happy with it, actually. Now I'm going to go ahead and take the heads off and inspect the cylinder walls and look at the camshaft. We actually, Alek over there and Jacob right here, Alek estimated at first, initially it was going to be $5,000 for me to put this engine into the Conquest. And then Jacob said at least $3,500. Oh, at least 3,000. No, wait. No, then Alek changed it to 45. I'm just saying I can do it.
I was saying 5,000 originally. I meant everything including body. But then you said 1,500 just to have the engine in the car running.
Yeah.
And then I was like, no, that's still a lot more.
What would you say now?
Cost. I still don't think you'll get. I'd say just to have that engine in that car running, engine spinning the rear tires.
With exhaust.
With exhaust, We're talking full exhaust back. Say Jacob's probably going a little over, but you could have it in for 27 to 3.
Okay. We made a deal, a bet that I couldn't get it in. I couldn't get the engine in for under $1,500. I think it's going to be under $1,500, and
go 1,000 miles.
oh, and go 1,000 miles without any major issues, and he'd give me $50.
Yeah.
Here first. That way we don't forget, because I'm going to make $50 on this car.
Trying not to buy a new water pump. Trying not to.
I might buy a new water pump. We'll see. We'll see how it looks.
We'll see how much
But
money I have.
it runs. So I'm already in about $100 into the whole. Wait, I didn't get there yet. All right, $100 into the whole mechanical drivetrain, engine, transmission, and all the pedal assembly and wiring harness. I spent $150 on the ECU to get fixed, and I spent $60 on a new starter. So I'm at about $310. So we'll see. We'll see if I. Do you count me doing upgrades?
Yeah.
If I were to get the aluminum heads?
Any upgrades? Absolutely.
All right, it looks like we're going to be doing upgrades after 1,000 miles of driving, which is fine.
Yeah, but if something goes wrong in those 1,000 miles,
then I'll just upgrade it. So we're going to shoot for 1,000 miles on the stock 5.0 with the cast iron heads. Now I take a look at it, and I'm really happy with how this looks all around. Overall, they look really good. There's no scratching. You can actually still see the cross hatching in there. Yeah, faintly. You see those little angles? Those are cross hatches. That's from basically honing the engine. Make the piston rings seat well. The piston rings are on the piston. But anyways, all looks good. I'm going to end up cleaning this all up. I probably won't take the pistons out. I'll just clean the heads how they are. Clean the gasket surfaces, buy a gasket kit, and just make sure everything's going well. And my plan for right now is leave the block how it is with these mounts on it. I'm going to take it off the stand, and I'll test fit the block, the bare block by itself. And I'll have a better idea on how to get these mounts figured out. All right, I did a little bit of cleaning on the engine. Got the old gaskets off, the head gaskets, and cleaned off the carbon from the pistons. Got some of the cylinder bores cleaned up. So I went ahead and took off the lifter holders so we can look at the cam. They're roller lifters. That's the roller. You can look at those for the wear. As long as it's pretty even, it's all right. And then you look down in here in the camshaft. You can see the wear patterns on it. It looks like this cam has been here a little while. The good thing is the wear pattern seems pretty good and consistent throughout the turnover. That right there that we just passed up, that's the lift point, the tip of the cam lobe, and then it rides back down. The whole thing seems pretty consistent. They all look like that, which is really nice. So, I mean, by no means is it a brand new cam, but by no means is it unusable, so don't got to do any work there. I also got a bunch of parts for it. So I ordered, these are the injector rebuild kit. Each injector has O-rings. Let me get my little magnets up on my, where's a little spot for you? Yeah, okay. A engine gasket kit. So that probably has my head gaskets. Got my oil pan gaskets. Main seal, tune-up kit with wires and the cap for the distributor, spark plugs, head bolts, a new flywheel, new clutch, all going on that. So I'm going to go finish cleaning this whole thing up, and then I'm actually not going to paint the block because I don't want to go through all that work and you won't really see it, but I'm going to clean up the oil pan, and then when I'm all done with that, bring the Conquest to where the MR2 is, and test fit this engine so I can build some engine mounts for it. So that's going to be it for this episode. Next episode, I'm going to show you finishing up, cleaning up this engine, getting the parts figured out, and test fitting this into the Conquest for building the engine mounts for it. So be sure to like, subscribe, and comment, and follow this for the next episode.